So we're here inside CurseForge again on our mod pack, and today we will be learning how to add custom recipes, how to change recipes, and how to remove recipes. So, first things first, you're going to have to go here and make sure two mods are, well, only one mod for this specific tutorial, but you will need another one for a future tutorial. You will need Cube.js. Now, by adding Cube.js, we will be able to essentially, it won't do anything upon loading up. But, let's still load up anyways because we aren't adding items or removing items, so it doesn't require us to restart. And while this is loading, let's go take a look at the Cube.js wiki. This is what you should refer to when you're looking for the code on how to remove or change. So what you should do first is go to tutorials, and you can see all these different tutorials. Let's start with editing recipes. So, first of all, any script that modifies recipes should be placed in the server scripts folder. Well, what does this mean? So, you know how when we opened up our mod pack, there were all those folders and whatnot. So now you see that this folder appeared now that Minecraft opened. There is a folder. And then there's startup scripts, client scripts, and upon creating a world, it'll create a server scripts folder, but I can just create one of these myself. Server script. Now, inside of server scripts, wait, let me make sure I typed that right. We will create a new text document. Now, so you might not have this .txt at the end. What you need to do is click View, Show, File Name Extensions. The reason you need this to be shown is because this will actually allow you to change the type of folder the type of file it is. So if you change from a .txt to a .js file, you'll get this warning, but don't worry, you'll be fine because there's no data in it. You can open this with a Visual Studio Code or with the normal notepad. And as you can see, you can actually edit this with JavaScript code. Now, you can do multiple things to make this easier, but I was never good at JavaScript. So what I do is I typically go over here and refer to this. And this will actually allow you to do, like, actual code triggered upon whatnot. But let's start by adding a recipe. First of all, I'll go ahead and get into our test world. So this is actually a pretty decent example recipe. So we are going to do, first of all, we have to do this, because what this will do is it'll basically check for when recipes are loaded, and then it'll do something. So I'm going to minimize this. We will go server events, and let me actually move this to the side so it's easier to see. 1 second, I gotta expand it so I can actually click. Server events dot recipes event. This word can be anything you like, but for the sake of this, I'm just doing event. 1 second, let me move that to the end. Do this, and get you like that. And I'm going to clean up the code a bit here. So now we have the setup for the actual server event. And then, if you make event something different up here, you will have to make this whatever that is. Now, if we do event dot recipe, wait, no, let's get out of the way. Like I said, I suck at, yeah, event dot shaped parentheses item dot of. This right here will be what you get from the recipe. So, Minecraft stone, comma, 3. And this is actually the amount of the item you get. So you can put 3, you can put 30, you know? And then put brackets here. Brackets represent an array. I might do a series of me learning JavaScript, I don't know. A, B. This is essentially the pattern. You know how there's patterns in the crafting table? So essentially each letter represents an item, and each space represents nothing. And over here is where you, like, tell it, hey, this is what each letter stands for. So AB, base C space, capitalize. You don't need to capitalize, but you need it to be the same, same thing. So if I had a lowercase c, I'd have to do a lowercase c when I'm defining it. B, A. And, okay, so we have the shape of the recipe done. And so what we need to do now is, you know, register everything. So I'll do A. And I'm actually going to switch it up a bit. Minecraft dirt B Minecraft yeah, I'll just do diorite. And now, I'm going to show you how to do a modded item. So, first of all, you get the mod ID, which for create is create, I believe. And then you put the item name. Now, this should work. So, you click here, and you save. This will essentially save the file, so you can just close out of that if you want. You could also keep that open. Now, if we go into here, and I search up stone, stupid mouse, you'll see that actually the recipe isn't showing up yet. Because if you're already loaded in, you have to do /reload. This will not register items. Oh, 1 second. /cubejs. This is how you can see errors in your code. Oh. Oh, that's why. On event. Sorry, that's my bad. I was using a different version. For newer versions, this is what you use. For older versions, this is what you use. Let me just copy and paste here, because I am not retyping. I'll just go ahead and fix it and cut that out. Alright, we're back. I fixed it, I believe. Oops, didn't mean to type that again. Reload. Of course. Oh, that's the issue. I didn't save the file. Yeah, you gotta save the file every time or it won't work. So, reloading. And look, now that I saved it, there's no errors, and if I go in here, the recipe works. And as you can see, Create actually auto-created a recipe for it, so that is how you add a recipe, but, you know, what if you want this to be the only way to create stone? What if you don't want it to be bulk blastable, right? So what you're gonna do is do F3H. This will enable advanced tooltips, and as you can see, it actually shows you, like, all the different stuff. It'll also show you the recipe ID. Now, yeah, it does automatically, automatically creates recipes for, smelting. So what you're gonna have to do is, just get rid of the Minecraft stone. And so let's go take a look. Yeah, you can look at all of these when you need it. But for removing recipes, it's honestly really simple. A blink condition will remove every single recipe. You can remove all recipes from a specific mod. All campfire cooking, you know, all whatnot. And then, if you want, you could do it by ID, which is what we're going to do. So we can just copy and paste this if we want. And then we can do this, event.remove. Control S will quick save, so I'm going to do that instead from now on. Again, I'd really recommend VS Code or any other code editor. Now if I click this, let me try that again, just to be safe. That's odd. Oh, right, I copy and pasted it without changing the ID. So now it should work. And as you can see, these are the only ways to make it, well, other than this. And, like, you just gotta place that recipe ID. I wouldn't recommend doing it one by one unless, it's a smaller mod pack. Or you're just trying to patch out duplication or whatnot, you know? But that's how you add and remove recipes. And really, that's all you need to change them. But I believe there is a, yeah, modifying and replacing. By replacing input and replacing output, you just essentially do the same thing. And, you know, we're gonna cover a couple of very cool things later on, like how to add blocks, how to remove blocks, how to add items, remove items, etc. And, yeah, I think that's it. Have a good one, everyone.